Jason, it's not as if Epitaph has ever been the big bad music industry per se, but from your perspective as a record label, Chris mentioned that the labels are, quote, freaking out. Are you freaking out? And if so, what are you doing about it?
The cool thing about social media and Twitter in general and stuff is it's kind of leveled the playing field. I'm sure everyone here sees it. It kind of allows everybody to be able to communicate on the same level and do it for free and kind of engage their users. I mean, you get like Perez Hilton, who's just massive out of nowhere just because it's a blogger and it was interesting and people gave a shit for whatever reason, I don't know. But, so yeah, I mean, to say we're freaking out, yeah, we're stoked. It helps us out a lot. Wish people didn't steal music, but whatever. To touch on the Twitter thing real quick, these guys did a great job of kind of explaining how to use it, and I think everyone here gets it. It seems like a lot of people here probably Twitter. But I think what's important is to understand the core functionality of what Twitter is. Originally, when Twitter started, they tried to brand themselves as "What are you doing?" and trying to answer that question, which is okay, that's fine, but to a lot of people, I don't think that really made sense. But what it's kind of became, and what especially with smartphones and touchscreen phones and everything, it's kind of filled a void in mobile that we needed, right? So it's allowed us to kind of mass broadcast in a free way an SMS message without really. There's a lot of other really great tools to use for it, but this is a way for every single person on the planet to kind of be able to do that. The main important thing, I think, is to really understand your personal brand and what you have to say and make sure that you're saying that accurately. Some of my bands, I don't like Twittering because they suck. The things they have to say are just it's scary for me to have them kind of out there saying it. So, but know what you're saying. Understand that when you're blasting it out, people are reading it. Twitter links have a 6 times greater click through right now than a MySpace bulletin. So the value is just substantially greater, and that's comparing. We have artists with 500,000 friends on MySpace and 20,000 friends on Twitter since it's so new. So, and it's still a 6 times greater click-through rate. So, use it and know that when you're saying something, people are reading it, and everything you say needs to be thought through with it. So,
I think MySpace is still useful for musicians, but generally speaking, it's become the new GeoCities, which is bizarre. It's just a ghetto. It's a graveyard of glitter graphics and nonsense.
It's interesting. I had a discussion yesterday with a couple of kids here locally who just started their own social network around high school students, where they want to do like their own version of the Huffington Post or whatnot, and just geared towards high school students. And they were talking to me about their website, and it was just genius. And seeing the passion and the fervor in these kids was amazing. And I asked him just on research, just regarding MySpace, because I'm kind of curious about MySpace. I think it's a great way for artists to house their music, but aside of that, I'm not really sure of what the purpose is at this stage of the game, just like what Matt was saying. And I just thought, well, maybe it was the younger demos who were on it. And I asked these kids who were out there yesterday, like, are you guys on MySpace? They're like, yeah, we check our accounts every 3 months. I'm like, got it.
MySpace's own metrics are showing they're bleeding terribly, and they're trying to find a way to do it. And they still are one of the most useful ways to house music, to showcase your wares. And I still check MySpace periodically if Chris says, "Dude, awesome band, gotta check it out." First thing I'm gonna do is Google their MySpace page, because it's just the easiest thing to...
Well, one thing with that real quick, though, is it's important to know that MySpace and MySpace Music have split. They're 2 different companies. So ultimately, the social aspect of MySpace is bleeding. It's not doing very well. But actual MySpace Music is up in traffic right now. So as a destination site, it's still the most popular. It's the best place to go, and you definitely need to kind of use that. It's just the way you use it has definitely changed. So. But
if you want to keep control of your own music and your own brand and not be on MySpace, there's a lot of free open source tools that you can use. One of them is called mixwidget.org. It's a free plugin to your blog, whether it's WordPress or any website. You can just dump this thing in, put your music on there, and you have your own playlist that you can just have people go to your website where you control everything. There's no advertising unless you want it to be. There's another one called Muxtape, MUXTAPE.com. They're fucking awesome. I definitely recommend them. Or you can even, if you want, and you have video, of dicking around in your garage or live show material, you want to associate yourself. There's more things than just YouTube. There's Vimeo.com, there's Verb.com. There's also a charity-related social network called Causecast.org, where you can associate your brand with charities that you give a shit about. So there's a lot of other options right now besides MySpace.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. And if you want to really stick it to the man and just circumvent all of the no,
Stick it to
since
the
we're
man.
talking about that, since we're being rebels here, if you really want to circumvent the entire social networking system as you know it, Ning Ning is another portal in which you can create your own social network. I don't know if anyone here is a European motorcycle fan, but there's a rather big local Ning group, the Spokesmen. They're all European motorcycle guys. There's like 500 members on this thing, and it's all created by the dude who owns Cafe Calabria. And it's pretty plug and play, pretty easy to do. If you want to create, if you're to the point where you can create an entire community around your band, then go do it. Circumvent the entire system, host your own music, all that good stuff. You guys, can we go to the Q&A now? You guys ready? Cool. All right.